Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, and interpreting data. So this is on all the way on the upper left. I wrote it in there. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Right, 1 second. Phone's away right now. The science of collecting, organizing, and interpreting data. Write that down. All right. So data is everywhere. Statistics has to do with organizing data, because raw data that comes to us doesn't really help us. For instance, look at this basketball team right here. I put it on C12. I got some data about a basketball team. Check this out. Right here, basketball team data. Power forwards is a position. That's a position in basketball. And what you're looking at is the weights of the players. The weights in pounds of the different basketball players. Okay, that's data there, that's information. So what? That's just raw information. It doesn't really tell us anything other than the weights of the different players. What we want to do, so that the data tells us something, so that the data is useful, we need to organize it in a certain way. And in one sense, it's already organized, because it's organized according to player position right now. But we can organize data in all sorts of ways. That's what statistics is involved with. So let me show you what I mean. We can organize data in a bar graph. You don't have to write this down, just pay attention right now. You guys have seen a bar graph? Here's a bar graph. Here we are. Okay. Notice how data is organized in a certain way. The vertical axis is children, the horizontal axis is their favorite color. That's just data. It's not important data, but it's data nonetheless, and the data is organized. You see? Another way to interpret data or to organize data would be a histogram. We're going to get into some of these later. Right now I just want to just show you a few things. Check this out. A histogram kind of looks like a bar graph, but it's a little bit different, and we're going to create some of these later in this class. So this is a histogram. It's kind of like a bar graph, but notice the bars are not separated on a histogram. They're right next to each other. And we're going to be involved in making these in a few weeks. Not yet, but we're going to make histograms in this class. So right now you're not writing anything down, you're just paying attention. I'm just showing you how scientists and researchers that are looking at data, how they'll organize data. So you got bar graphs, histograms. How about this one? Maybe some of you have seen this one. Pie chart. Right? You guys seen pie charts? That's another way to organize data. Right? You got data in different groups and you have percentages on the outside. Right? Another way to organize data would be a pictogram. Watch this. A pictogram. Where instead of a bar graph, instead of the data being represented by bars, they're represented by pictures. Watch, a pictogram. Pictogram. You may have seen one of these before. Let's see. Here we are. So I think this is cupcake sold. Look at this data right here. Instead of bars, look at each cupcake, each picture of a cupcake represents 6 cupcakes. You see? That we'll call that a pictogram. It's kind of like a bar graph, but they're pictures instead of bars. So there's more ways to organize data. All I'm trying to get you to see is that statistics is involved with what we're seeing right there. Alright, Fonseca, I wanna give you the art stamp, but if you have the phones out when I'm talking, be my guest, that's fine. So statistics is a science of collecting, organizing, and interpreting data. Cool. So we only defined one word so far. Let's go back to my basketball team. So let's say I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 players. Okay, according to their position. And like I said, those numbers represent the pounds, how much each player weighs. So what I want you to do right now is open up your computer and click this link here. So I'll wait a few minutes. So everyone's screen should look like what's on my screen. Power forwards are blue, small forwards are red, the centers, they're usually the tallest players, the centers are in green, the point guards are purple, those are the ones who are good dribblers, kind of like me. And then the shooting guard, the ones who can shoot the lights out. Go ahead and graph the rest of the players. The second player is, let's see, 255. I'll do the next one with you. 255 is right there. Boom. We're going to organize the data. It's going to become a histogram. You're going to do that on your own for all 15 players, and that's what you're going to turn in today for your P-stamp. A screenshot of that. Go ahead and do that, and then go on to the Larry Elder story. Done.